Okay, getting ready to do my informative speech, my audience again, and Blaine. Okay.
Okay.
No cards. The Scarborough Research Study conducted says that 109.3 million people, or 48% of the United States adults aged 18 or more, had watched, attended, or listened to a Major League Baseball game from February 2011 to March 2012. During the same time period, 92.6 million, or 39% of the same aged people, had watched, listened, or attended a college football game. The NFL has both of them on the losing side of the scoreboard, but that's another discussion. How many of you have played baseball of sorts? Baseball, softball, t-ball, coach pitch, even stickball. Everyone has played some form of baseball, possibly in PE class, school-sanctioned teams, or high school or even college teams. There are also traveling teams that are composed of surrounding areas. You can be really good and be coach selected, or there's times when there's open enrollment, you sign up and you're on the team. Do you ever wonder who played baseball during World War II? We'll grab another $5 hot dog and a $9 beer, and we'll begin another inning. President versus President, Philip K. Wrigley versus Franklin D. Roosevelt. During the fall of 1942, most of the men's minor league teams had been disbanded due to the war. They were being sent across seas to fight in World War II. Philip Wrigley, yes, Wrigley Field and Wrigley Gum Wrigley, was scared of losing money, and so he developed a brainstorming meeting. The result was a league comprised of all women. While there were still softball, this league was played by the Major League Baseball rules. Unfortunately, with the women not being as athletic and strong as the men, the infield had to be a little bit shorter, and the league was subject to ridicule because of the underhand pitching. In 1943, the All-American Baseball League had changed to the All-American Girls Baseball League. The women were pulled from their homes from doing their normal duties like cooking and cleaning, gardening, and taking care of the children. In 1943, the women had faced issues with making the softball more exciting, how to get more fans, how to scout, and when were they going to play their games. The idea was not well received, but yet there were 4 cities that were used close to home and close to headquarters in Chicago: Racine and Kenosha, Wisconsin, Rockford, Illinois, and South Bend, Indiana. The league was then sold to individual owners, and a name change occurred yet again. Now, the American Girls Baseball League, they still faced the same issues. The teams were composed of 15 players, a manager, a business manager, and a woman chaperone. They thought the coaches were better received if they were well known, and they found 3 former major league ball players and 1 minor league ball player. Spring training started on May 17, 1943, and on the 30th of May that same year, they played their first game. The players were still traded, they played just as hard as the men, and they had to try and keep the talent equal. In 1944, the league expanded. The women were to be role models, and once training had ended, they were then forced to go to etiquette school and even beauty school. They even played in dresses. The second spring training started in May 1944, and then May 25th, 1944, they played again. They played their second round of games. 108 games. The league was just like the men's, where you have a championship game, and the winner became the national championship, or champion. The Kenosha Comets and the Racine Bells were in the first series, where the Racine Bells had came out victorious with a 5-game series. The league continued to be successful and continued to add more teams, while the original 4 were more well received than the new coming ones due to fan base and the smaller field, so the dugouts were closer to the field and the dugouts were also closer to the stands, the interaction, and then of course the media attention. Since the war was not going to end, Wrigley had felt a little on the defeated side, adding these new teams, and had sold the league to Arthur Meyerhoff. And Meyerhoff continued to make the league prosperous until 1954. And who knows, without all these brave men and women, the league might not have even stayed. Thank you.